Hello, all my YouTube friends. Today I want to speak in English and French. First of all, in English, and then I'll switch to French for those who are learning French and for those who want to listen to French. Yeah, I should say I'm from not from France. I'm from Belgium, so maybe we have some words that are quite different. But I think if you can understand French from France, there is no problem to understand me. And today I want to speak about happiness and the process of learning foreign languages. I think it's a great motivational boost when it comes to learn several languages. I happen to ask myself just a lot, the same question: why am I actually learning all those foreign languages, and how do I choose them? Actually, I don't choose languages; they choose me. It's kind of a little bit weird. I tried several times to choose languages. Like I chose Indonesian. I studied for maybe 2 3 months, and then I lost motivation because I did not have so many natives around me, and it was quite difficult to get in touch with Indonesian people if you're not 100% on the internet. I'm not always on the internet. That's why I cannot reply to all comments and all messages, but I try my best to reply to some comments or some messages. So forgive me if I did not reply to your comment or message. It's nothing against you or in particular. And then I just would like to share why actually the process of learning foreign languages, why it's so rewarding, where is the happiness, yeah, happiness and learning those foreign languages. I did not know that I would be very happy when learning foreign languages, because when you're at school and you learn, whether it's in United States, it's maybe in the US, you learn French or Spanish. Now they maybe add some Chinese because Chinese is becoming the world popular language after English, French, and Spanish. Yeah, actually it depends where you are, because if you are in Korea, the popular language is like English, Japanese, because Japanese is close. Japanese language is very similar to Korean language, and Japan is closer to Korea than the English-speaking world. But yeah, let me just speak about happiness, and I will switch to another topic after. And I think I'll make the French video in another video, like it will be easier for those who watch the video. Yeah, happiness. I did not know, because happiness does not exist in a classroom when it comes to learn languages through grammar rules, drills, and that you try to nail down every single grammar rule. You try to speak correctly, and you have so many stress. And when you have stress, you cannot learn effectively. I think you can only learn effectively when you're happy with the process of learning. I'm sure that you know what I mean. If you if you succeeded in one language, whether it's Japanese, Chinese, or I don't know, English, Spanish, whatever language it would be. What are Yeah, happiness. So yeah, I just woke up, so I'm a little bit lost, kind of lost, but I like to make videos when I just got up. Actually, learning Spanish allow me to know why I'm so happy learning those foreign languages, because actually learning foreign languages has nothing to do with grammar rules, or it has nothing to do with school. It's actually real life. You add something new to your life. You add a new vision to your I don't know how to explain it. Just you kind of you have another vision of the world. You can analyze things in a different way, and people are different to you in this particular community if you learn their language. So I learned Spanish. It was my first language that I learned on my own. So I began to speak to my Dominican friends, and then to his brother, and then to his parents, and it was so fun. I could communicate with persons who come from Santo Domingo, and I was so happy to be able that there is no wall between me and those people. I can communicate with them. I can ask whether everything about their culture and know a little bit more about this very interesting Caribbean world. Let's say I don't know how to say it in English. I think it would be something like that. Um, and yeah, and then when I learn other languages, I the same process, but you learn faster. Well, it depends which language you choose to learn. I chose to learn rather similar languages at the beginning because, like, Spanish is it's largely used here in Europe, and I wanted to learn some Italian. I began to learn Italian, and it was so great. I could speak with Erasmus students. If you don't know what Erasmus is, it's kind of a program in Europe to an exchange student program, but in Europe it's called Erasmus. And I could speak with Italians, and I was so happy to know about Italian culture, Italian cuisine, and all those stuff. I really liked it. So that's really happiness. It's like kind of after you you made a lot of effort. You just spent so many hours in input, and when you get some output, you go to restaurants and you speak to people. You are so happy that you have not to use the lingua franca in your country. You can just use the language they use, and the funniest thing is that when you don't want someone to understand what you are saying, uh, you can just switch. Yeah, it was kind of very motivating to know all the stuff. Maybe when I was with my Turkish friends, it was so great. We could speak about a lot of things. Um, and yeah, I think it's a great thing to be able to communicate in other languages, and happiness is actually when you interact with people, whether it's on the internet or in real situation, or you can just avoid using the common language, and this is really rewarding. And eventually when you go over there and you go to the country, that's that's the dream for someone who learns, who is eager to learn the language and who already learned like 100, 150 hours of the language. It's kind of wow. It's really cool. When you're in the country, when I went to Turkey, it was so cool. I could speak Turkish everywhere, and no one would speak to me in English because they were so amazed that I could speak Turkish to them. So they did not want to speak any other language to me. So I really liked it. Um, what else? Mm, happiness, how to choose languages, and eventually how many minutes? 9 minutes. Okay. And eventually, I wanted to speak about the reasons why I actually learned foreign languages. I did not know those reasons before I achieved 2, 3 languages on my own, because some languages I did not learn on my own. I had to learn Chinese Mandarin with the traditional script because I went to a Taiwanese school, and I was kind of forced to learn Chinese, so I did not like to learn Chinese, and I really loved to learn it when I went over to Taiwan, and when everyone speaks the language, and when it's not about just literature or poetry, and it's just about being able to communicate and to have fun with local people. And if you just have English in Taiwan, it's kind of very hard to communicate. If you have Taiwanese, it's kind of very cool. You can speak to old people, and yeah, some old people in the south part of Taiwan just speak Taiwanese. So even if you speak Mandarin to them, they will reply, and they understand, but they don't have the habit to speak in Mandarin, so they will reply in their language, and it's kind of very cool. Um, yeah, the reasons why I learned those languages is actually to build a bridge between me and those foreign cultures, to understand how they think, and to I love foreign cuisine, so to try new food. I think if I had not studied some Turkish, I would never have tried non-touristic plates in, yeah, food in Turkey, in Istanbul. So being able to speak Turkish allowed me to discover more, because local people will show you around and they will say it's better, it's cheaper, and it's traditional food, and so on. So yeah, I was always curious about foreign cultures. So I think if you're curious, if you have an aim, my aim was not actually about the job or something like that. It was more like something like discover new things, and avoid learning in a boring way, like too many vocabulary lists, too many grammar rules. I ignored grammar rules until now. I ignored grammar rules in Turkish, but I can get along, and I could communicate maybe better than people who studied all the grammar, because they don't know the practical way to speak Turkish. They just know a bunch of rules that they cannot put together. I think grammar rules are very useful after 2 or 3 years of study, intensive study, where when you focus on text and words. I think it's more something like that. And yeah, that's it for this video. That's it, and I hope you liked it. And please comment if you have something to share about how you choose your languages. I'm actually influenced by people around me. If I meet people from Turkey, I just pick up the language. And that's it. I don't know how you choose your languages and how you're happy with the process. 14 minutes. Okay. I'm actually very happy that I could know a lot about Colombian culture, Turkish culture, Japanese culture, Taiwanese culture, Chinese culture, a lot of different cultures, and even a little bit of German culture, and it's very interesting, because we are not alone in this world. It's not just Europe, it's not just US, it's not just Asia. We are just together, and we have to understand it through cultural exchanges and also language learning. I think that's really important. And thank you for watching, and I hope you'll have a great day. Ciao, ciao.